Hi there, my name's Emily, and in this video we're going to look at dangers of swimming in the sea. Now the beach itself and the sea, they have many dangers, which quite a lot are hidden from us. There can be things that can sting us, we can be burnt by the sun or by the hot sands, we could get dehydrated, sunstroke, and obviously there's a risk of drowning when swimming in the sea. Now I've just come back from a beach holiday. I was lucky enough to get away, and I just wanted to share some of my experiences with you that can help you stay safe, as well as your family and friends when you go to the beach and the seaside again. Now don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because in this video we're going to look at swimming in the sea, but in further videos we'll be showing you how to teach your children to float, survival skills about the seaside, and also about the dangers of the beach itself. Now the beach and the water, it can just seem like a vast playground to us as well as children. So when you do visit the beach and you've got young children, make sure you set some basic guidelines and basic rules that everyone should really follow. First of all, ideally you should choose a beach that's got a lifeguard. And you should follow the advice that the lifeguards give you, such as the signage around and also the flags. We'll talk more about the flags later. Also make sure you stay close to the shoreline. Don't go swimming too far out. Don't swim in the water by yourself. Always try and swim with someone else. If that's not possible, then make sure you tell somebody what you're doing, where you're going, so they can watch out for you. So if you get into trouble, they can raise the alarm. Now if you have young children with you, or children, or even adults that can't swim, make sure they do not go to the sea unattended. Make sure someone goes with them. The sea can be a very dangerous place. We're going to talk a little bit more about why in a second. But also try not to swim near rocks, and please do not use inflatables in the sea. Now inflatables are increasingly popular and they do have a high appeal. Lovely Instagrammable photos. The England football team, I think last year, were pictured on lovely unicorns and swimming pools. So they are designed to be used in a swimming pool, not designed to be used on the sea. Because strong currents can rapidly sweep inflatables and people out to the sea in less than a minute. I witnessed a young child being carried out in the sea on a small rubber ring while his parents kind of swam furiously to catch him. Thankfully, it did have a happy ending and he didn't go too far out, but they were having to swim quite fast in order to catch him. Please, only do use inflatables in the pool. Those inflatables I just mentioned that the England football team were pictured using, and the unicorn one, we've got a big head. Those ones look lovely, make lovely photos, but actually that big head and neck can actually act as a big sail, and the wind can just grab hold of that and take you flying out to the sea. And before you know it, you're out of your depth. People then panic because they're going so fast, throw themselves off the inflatable, which is their only kind of life-saving device at that time, and then they get into difficulty. The water can be cold, they might struggle to swim. So please only use inflatables in a pool. Also, we mentioned about the flags. So you're going to a lifeguarded beach. That way you know someone's always going to be looking out for you when you're swimming. But make sure you do know what the flags mean. So if you see a red and yellow flag, this means it's a lifeguarded area. This is going to be the safest place for you to swim with your friends and family. Now if you see a black and white checkered flag, now this means it's only for surfboards and kayaks and other non-powered crafts such as paddleboards. You never swim or bodyboard there. And if you see a red flag, this means danger. Do not go into the water under any circumstances. A red flag means no go. A bit like when you see a red traffic light, you do not go any further. Do not go in the water if you see a red flag. Now you'll see here in this example, those people swimming in an area that clearly has a red flag up. You can see where the lifeguard chair is, or the lifeguarding hut. You can see there's a red flag flying. You can also see how big the waves are. There are absolutely no lifeguards on duty, and these swimmers are literally risking their life. They carried on swimming even when the dangers were pointed out to them. Three swimmers a year drown in this particular spot where they're swimming, because people choose to ignore the flags, they ignore the rules, or maybe they just don't understand them. But in this case, this family here did understand them because we pointed it out to them very clearly. It is too dangerous to swim. Now rip currents are another danger of the sea. There are really strong currents that can quickly take swimmers out from the shallow water and then take them quickly out of their depth. Lifeguards will show you where you can avoid rips, but if you do get caught in one, try and stay calm. Easier said than done, I know. Don't panic. If you can stand, then try and wade, which means kind of walking. Don't swim. Raise your hand and shout for help. Never try to swim directly against the rip or you'll get exhausted. Try and swim parallel to the beach until free of that rip current. So when you're free from the rip, that's when you can start swimming towards the shore. Now, if you're sitting on the beach looking out to the sea and you see somebody get caught up in one of these rip currents, then please make sure you alert the lifeguards, alert the coast guards, call the emergency services or whatever number that is in the country you are visiting. I once got caught in a rip current and it's the most scariest thing I've ever done. I was bodyboarding in a shallow bit and I got taken out of my depth and the waves kept hitting me up against the pier at that time. And I just kept on swimming and swimming and swimming, and every time I got tired, I stopped and I got hit up against the waves. The lifeguard thankfully did come and rescue me, but it's probably one of the most scariest things I've ever come across. I love swimming in the sea and I still love swimming in the sea, but I do always make sure I follow those basic safety rules because the sea is dangerous. So do look for those lifeguarded areas. Make sure you know what your flags are. Keep those inflatables at home. And make sure if people are not strong swimmers or they can't swim, they are never left unattended in the sea or near the sea. You always go with them in the shallow water. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to our channel and then a notification bell.